Welcome to Hercule Poirot, the London case. So, I've had this game for a little while now. I'm gonna put down the music a bit more. It's annoying me. Don't know what this means. So I've had this game for a while now, and I haven't played it just because I haven't had the time. I've been real busy with actually having 2 jobs, so it's been a bit much. So if I've lately, I don't know, sounded a bit tired, that's because I am. But things are getting better. Think I'll get more time in the future. I hope so, at least. I'm trying to. Um, yeah, this game I've read online. Well, the reviews are not that great. I mean, some people are saying that it's a buggy game and that it isn't working the way it's supposed to. I did play the first uh, Hercule Poirot game, not the one on my channel, but the other one where he's a young man, because the game on my channel, I think it's also from the developer Microids, but they partnered up with someone else, if I'm correct, and he is just, his normal age. How do you say it? And in this game, he's a young man. I think the other game is called The First Cases. I've played it and I really liked it, but apparently this one is way buggier. I don't know. So we have collectibles apparently. Well, we don't have any, obviously, because we haven't played yet. Um, so yeah, I think we'll just start and see how buggy it is, and maybe I'll just enjoy it. Prologue. Oh,
Detective Hercule Poirot? Ah, Chief Commissioner. On the contrary, it is a most convenient time. The safe passage of a painting? Tell me everything.
oh. Yep, it's a
If
bit
man
buggy.
was meant to travel the oceans in such conditions, he would surely have been given his own fins. A distraction is what one needs. Where is that blasted contact? How is one to prepare for an assignment if one does not have all of the required information? Very well. I shall wait no longer.
Beautiful, isn't she? Pardon, monsieur? The open water. There really is nothing quite like her.
When one suffers from the mal de mer, the beauty, as you say, is rather more a burden.
Forgive me, I just can't imagine being scared of the ocean in this day and age. The potential to see the world is open to even the ordinary man like us.
I can assure you, monsieur, it is not a matter of being scared. And as for ordinary,
I didn't mean to offend, Mr.
I am...
Forgive me, madame.
No harm done. Accidents happen. My cigarette case. Where is it?
I didn't see.
You thought I wouldn't notice? A young lady traveling alone. An easy target for you, I bet.
I'm sure the young lady would appreciate the help of two handsome strangers.
Well, at least he thinks I'm handsome. That's a win. Prologue, the ship. This looks like the Titanic. Is that just me? Looks exactly like it. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can turn up the voices, cause music can go up. Cause it's too soft for me. I can also turn up my own sound, I know. Resume. Use left mouse click to explore the scene. Try finding the missing cigarette case. Well, I don't know about you, but I did really like that intro just now. Interact. Oh, with this. Alright. Reading. An excellent way to distract oneself from the surrounding ocean. Accompanied with tea. However, I cannot agree with that choice of beverage. Wait, does Poirot don't drink tea? Does he not drink tea? What does that mean? This. Book interact, but I just did that, didn't I? Yeah. Alright, bye. Unknown item. Some objects can be viewed in more detail. Try finding all points of interest on this object. I wonder if this, because we just saw in the intro, dated 1855, it's old but is in near perfect condition. With the gray cells, I don't know how to explain it, where you have like mind notes and stuff. The other game has that, the Murder on the Orient Express, and the first case is 2, I think. I don't really remember, it's been a while. An ornate family crest, the lion traditionally associated with courage, nobility, and the British. Is that true? But I think this game has that as well. Didn't I already see this? What else is there? I don't know what to look for. This? The mechanism used to open the case. So, are you gonna open it? A silver cigarette case adorned with a family crest. So it looks like I'm gonna do a lot of talking. Selected items are added to your inventory. Left click on this to check this at any time. Right, so I took that apparently. Adorned with her family crest, I presume. Her, how do you know it's her? That's weird. Return it to the passenger's suitcase. Oh, she dropped it. Alright, I get it. What's this? Telescope? A well-crafted brass telescope for viewing the open ocean and stars above.
How could a porter be so clumsy? Let's give her a hand.
Does it just... This just stays in my screen? That's annoying. Can interact with the passenger. What else? I want to do something else. Passenger suitcase. Interact.
The young lady should not be left to gather her own things.
Oh, alright. Why not? What else is there? Do we need to interact with her?
Oh dear. What a mess.
He's just walking through that suitcase. Kind of feels like the old games, you know, back in the day when it just couldn't go any further and just kept walking into walls and stuff like that. I can use it with this.
You are returning home?
I am. But how did you know that?
I am Poirot. How do you know I'm returning home? Select the correct answer to progress. Much like your investigations, you may need to keep searching for clues before you can solve this fully. Crimson hair, such striking hair. Lion emblem. This.
Besides your educated accent, the crest that adorns your cigarette case, it is of British origin.
Very observant. It's the crest of my family, and the case belonged to my mother. I take it everywhere with me.
Miss Florence Farquhar, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure is ours.
Doesn't she have the same name as the guy from Shrek? Lord Farquaad or something like that.
That looks
Sorry.
like everything. Except for my powder case.
Is this what you're looking for?
It is! Thank you, Miss
Miss Babanin. Anastasia Babanin.
Anastasia. What a beautiful name.
It was my grandmother's.
Well, that's everything now. I can't thank you all enough for your help.
Well, what did you do, mister?
I'd be happy to escort you. Here, I'll take your bag.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. Cabin 4. I'll be right behind you.
He likes her.
Anastasia, perhaps I can offer you a token of my gratitude in the bar later?
That would be lovely.
What about us?
And you, Mr.
Detective Hercule Poirot, at your service.
A detective? I was not expecting to meet such a distinguished gentleman on board.
I did not expect to meet someone of Russian descent on a ship between the great city of Antwerp and Dover.
I never mentioned where I was from either.
No, but I could have guessed it, and I'm not a detective. I cannot recall being taken aback by such beauty before. Eastern European accent? This makes no sense. I presume she's from or closely related to family with Eastern European origins. That is not right. Come now, concentrate. Why is it not right? The name Anastasia... Did I have this before? Name Anastasia is a Russian form of the Greek name Anastasios, meaning resurrection.
One did not have to. Anastasia, of Russian origin meaning resurrection.
And here was me thinking I was special.
Your knowledge of my heritage is most impressive.
Or creepy.
And I'll take that as my cue to leave. Good evening.
It seems it's just us remaining.
I would very much like to hear stories from your homeland. Perhaps you would join me in the restaurant.
As charming as that would be, I'm feeling rather tired. It must be all the sea air.
Then I shall leave you to your slumber. Adieu.
All right.
As much as I enjoyed the delights of the restaurant, I still found my mind drifting back to Mademoiselle Babagna. She really was quite charming.
Oh.
I have spent the first part of this excursion neglecting my duties. It's time to retrieve my notebook from the safe and begin.
It's not like Poirot to think of stuff like that.
The combination was not a difficult one to remember. 1815, the Battle of Waterloo.
Or maybe he did it when he was younger. One. Oh, whoops. Reset. 1. Wait. 1. 8. 1. 5.
Et voilà. Time to...
Or not.
One cannot ignore such a blood-curdling scream.
My mother's cigarette case! It's gone! How could somebody do this?
I don't need to scream like that. I thought someone was dead.
Mademoiselle, I ask that you take a moment to calm.
Yes.
You're a detective, of course. What luck.
As luck would have it, one of Belgium's finest. Now, I require as many details of the crime as you can offer.
I came to my cabin and began unpacking. I couldn't get the safe working, but the gentleman that helped me with my luggage showed me how it works. Afterwards, I went for a brief walk, and when I returned, the safe was open, and my cigarette case was gone.
We must consider the suspect list. Those who were aware of the cigarette case's existence.
That can only be those who were up on the deck when my luggage spilled. Miss Babagnan, the porter, yourself.
And your helpful stranger.
Yes, of course.
I ask that you gather them for me. And while you are absent, I shall begin my investigation in here. If Mademoiselle permits.
Whatever you need to do to find it.
Alrighty. New mind map. See, this is the same. The theft of Mademoiselle I don't know how to say that. Farquhar's cigarette case has plagued me for long enough. I must consider everything I know and deduce the true thief. Oh, so this is really... It's kinda weird, because I don't really feel like there's a story to it. It's just showing me step by step how to play this game, I guess. Whenever Poirot uncovers an interesting area of investigation, a mind map is launched. Here you can see all of the evidence related to your very first investigation. Using your mouse button, try highlighting each piece of evidence to see Poirot's interpretation of them. Keys to room. Mademoiselle Farquhar, set of keys to a cabin given to her when boarding the ship, no doubt. She was alone in a cabin. She has not had any visitors to her cabin before her cry for help, that is. How do you know that for sure? Knew the safe combination code. She must have been aware of the safe combination code to open the safe in the first place. It's important to pay attention to all evidence information given. This will become vital as you start making deductions. For now, press to return to the scene. Explore the camera for more clues. You can use 2 mouse buttons to rotate the camera whenever you're exploring indoor spaces. Some clues may be easier to spot from certain angles. Oh, this is what they mean, right. I do remember, I don't know if you've played the first cases, but it was way more logical in ways of playing. I mean, the game did start with explaining the basics, but it felt like the game just started, and this feels a little bit weird if you're asking me. One must present themselves at their best at all times. That's how he feels, yeah. The mirror is a little high for my stature, however. A little? Yeah, Hercule isn't that tall. Room safe.
Oh. Aha.
If the thief left any signs of accessing the safe, perhaps a fingerprint on a dial will be it. But can I lift it? Do I have something?
Huh.
Door remains open and the contents missing. I don't know what to look for. There are no clear or obvious signs that the safe has been tampered with. The thief must have found another way in. Yet he must have known the code. Duh.
Huh.
This must have only become obvious once the safe was moved. Perhaps the cleaners should reassess their standards. What?
Mademoiselle, I thought you would be returning with the gentleman also.
The gentleman wanted to speak to the porter alone first.
Weird.
I was unaware he is also a detective.
He's not a policeman. He works in insurance, I believe.
It appears I shall be spending my time chasing amateur detectives around the ship.
Alright, so apparently this is when he thinks, and that is why that voice is softer. That's not me, that's the game.
Mademoiselle, I would like to start with who had access to the safe combination.
No one. It was in a sealed envelope that was waiting for me when I arrived. I memorized it and threw the paper overboard. 4385. It's really not that difficult to remember.
A similar envelope was waiting for me upon my arrival. The date of the Battle of Waterloo, as I recall. Every safe, although identical, must have a different combination.
After the gentleman helped me with the safe, he left.
Helped?
If the mysterious gentleman is behind the theft, he went to great lengths to hide his fingerprints, but did little to hide his movements in Mademoiselle Farquhar's cabin.
That is very true.
There are many questions that require answers. Answers I believe he may hold.
New mind map. Investigating a theft was one of the last things I expected for my journey to London. But as an officer of the law, it is my duty to find who could have stolen Mademoiselle Farquhar's cigarette case and why. Notice the number on the icon has been updated. Try connecting 2 pieces of evidence to form a deduction. Pay attention to the information given to succeed. Use your mouse to highlight notes and your mouse to stop linking. No sign of tampering. There are no clear or obvious signs that the safe has been tampered with. The thief must have found another way in. Dial. If the thief left any signs of accessing the safe, perhaps a fingerprint on a dial will be it. So these are connected.
What a revelation.
Alright. Given the state of the safe, I assume the thief simply entered the code and took the contents. Yep, but there's more. Thief no code to the safe. Given the state of the safe. Yeah, I just read that. Oh, I can't connect it. Why not? That's weird. Try exploring the rest of the ship, gathering evidence and making deductions until you're able to solve your first investigation. Remember, you can left click on this to view your investigations and related actions, and the briefcase to view your inventory at any time, which I don't see right now, so that's kind of weird. Because this is ship evidence. Who stole the secret case? But my inventory don't know where that is. Alright, so I can speak to Florence. I can interact with the newspaper. An article from the London Illustrated News. The changing world in which we live in and who is permitted to enjoy it. Florence Farquhar. Oh, so she writes as well. Fine art, theatre and literature as well as other mediums that are synonymous with the arts have always been considered a middle and upper class area of enjoyment and pastime, with those that fall outside of that desired audience being shunned at the door. What's that? That's the boat. Even now, having taken the steps into the 20th century, there are those who continue to exclude the inexperienced and uneducated, the working class, that have not had the privilege of seeing the true beauty of a Monet or read the powerful and relevant words of Charles Dickens in all their splendor. We now sit at the dawn of a new age, with London continuing to solidify its name as a pioneer, bringing art, music, and literature to a modern audience that care more about the contents of the art form in front of them than the contents of their pockets. Supper? If you can get there. Honestly, I just clicked on it.
Aha.
It seems that Mademoiselle Farquhar chose not to dine in the restaurant. All right. And also, she also decided that she told us. What's this? Can I get here? Mascara. Makeup remains a mystery to me, but judging by Mademoiselle Farquhar's fashion sense, this must be a popular shade. Alright. Wait, doesn't he also comb his mustache and have lots of stuff to keep it nice and tidy? But maybe he doesn't have that mustache yet. Powder case? One must be careful with such delicate powder, a horrible mess it will cause. Although it could come in useful. Yeah, for fingerprints. So you took it. Alright. Let's see what else we have. To deck. I don't want to do that. I want to look around some more. Sink. I think I did this already.
Oh.
Yes, the mirror's too high for me. Invitation. I will be attending in a professional capacity, but I would have very much liked an invite of my own as a souvenir of my time in London. The committee at the Royal Edward Gallery requests the pleasure of the presence of Miss Florence Farquhar to the unveiling of an extraordinary new exhibition from the Musées Royaux de Beaux-Arts de Belgique, including the Penitent Magdalene. Is that the painting I'm here for? The formal invitation on one side, blank on the other. I took it. That's not very nice. Now she can go. Alright, something happened here. Let me see. I have a powder case, invitation. Do I maybe need to use this on this? But I don't know how to do that. Wait. Interact, use. Can I click use? And then this? Perhaps the powder case I found may be of some use. Some would say it is a rather rudimentary way of taking fingerprints. I say quite genius. No signs of any fingerprints on the dial. I may be dealing with a professional thief. Yeah, that is weird. Although she is wearing gloves, isn't she? Let's speak to her.
Mademoiselle Babagnan, I'm sorry we must continue our conversation under these circumstances.
On the contrary, what fantastic luck that you are here. Now I get to see you at work.
Did you steal it? Please walk me through your movements since our first meeting. Oh, I'm asking this, alright.
I'm afraid I've done very little actually. After we parted ways, I went to my cabin. I had barely unpacked and I was fast asleep on the bed.
Alone?
That is a rather personal question, don't you think?
No, it's
Detective?
relevant.
I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous. A poor attempt at a joke. Yes, I was alone.
There is no need to be nervous. And then?
And then I was woken up by Florence's scream. I have never heard something so terrifying.
Exit.
You have been most helpful, mademoiselle. I shall not take up any more of your time.
Has she though? What did we learn from her? Literally nothing. Let's speak with her.
Mademoiselle Farquhar, I shall have your cigarette case returned to you before we reach the English coast.
How do you know that?
I hope so, Detective.
The newspaper article.
You caught me, reading my own article.
I must say you raise a very interesting point. Art should have no social boundaries. Creativity is for all to enjoy.
Thank you for saying that. I wish everyone was as open-minded. Yes, I'm really quite excited about it.
You have been invited to a preview at the Royal Edward Gallery. A small world indeed.
Will you be in attendance? It's actually one of the reasons that I have been in Belgium. I was lucky enough to have a sneak peek at some of the pieces on show. I'll also be writing a follow-up article on the success of it. Fingers crossed.
Lucky indeed. I am sure it will be a great success.
Alright.
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now.
So she's just sucking up to these ladies. It's of no use. What's this? No, not the deck. I want... No. Alright, I guess we're going back to deck. This is so annoying. What happened here? So I have Anastasia. Why do you get an exclamation mark? Says she was quick to lay her head to rest, although there's no proof of her claim. That's just updated, I guess, but I can't really do anything with it. Right? No. I can't go here? Should I just inspect the rest of the ship, maybe?
I'm sorry, but it's just not acceptable, Mark.
I've apologized to the lady.
And that makes everything all right?
It was an accident.
An accident that could have been avoided if you hadn't spent your morning drinking.
Yeah, he was obviously drunk.
Gentlemen, you are behaving like two young boys in the schoolyard. It ends now.
Alright, I guess that worked. Let's speak to him.
Is Mademoiselle Farquhar aware you are acting as her knight in shining armor?
She should be.
I wouldn't go as far as that. I think perhaps we have got off on the wrong foot. I'm Arthur Hastings.
Are you Hastings? That's so funny. That's his buddy.
She requested you to follow her to her cabin, no?
Oh, yes, she did, but I wanted to...
Speak with the porter privately? This was part of your investigation?
Are we fighting? We are becoming best buds.
Well, I'm not a detective. I was just,
Then perhaps you will answer some questions that are vital to my investigation as a detective.
What can I do for you?
Because, just in case you don't know, I don't know how to explain this. In the books from Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot is quite older. He's like in his 40s, 50s, I think. And Hastings is a young man, and he's kind of, if I'm getting it right, maybe I'm totally wrong, he's kind of teaching him the ropes of being a detective and, you know, they're kind of like, I don't know, pals a bit, in a weird way. Your work is in insurance?
It is. Is my employment relevant to Miss Farquhar's missing cigarette case?
I hope you will entertain me for a moment. What would you say the chances of proving a theft in a case such as this one are?
Well, a report from a detective like yourself will certainly help expedite her insurance claim.
See, this is what I mean. This is what he does. He poses these questions for him to answer, and he kind of already knows what happened, and he's letting him think of the solution. That's kind of what they do, I think.
As I thought.
It had perhaps not crossed her mind before, but being amongst an officer of the law and an insurance man, the idea of insurance fraud may have appeared appealing.
You wanted to speak with the porter alone?
When Florence, Miss Farquhar, told me that something had gone missing from her safe, I thought it must have been the porter.
How so?
I'd rather not say with him standing just there.
It is not I that controls the volume of your voice.
That's very true.
You must have noticed the smell of beer on his breath. I wouldn't put it past a man that drinks on the job to steal.
That is quite the accusation. And if you were correct, you wish to settle the matter with him privately?
Apparently.
I wanted to give him what for, but I suppose I lost my nerve.
Tell me more about your work.
I'm what some would call a middleman. I oversee the handling of recently sold items and put the buyer in contact with an appropriate insurer.
The mention of insurance initially sparked my attention, but the more he talks of his work, I believe he may be my mysterious contact from Lloyd's of London.
From the Lloyd's of London Bank is what it says.
It was your work that took you to Belgium?
I can't go into too many details, but I'm actually delivering a rather special piece of art to London.
Yeah, he asked me to join.
I'm meant to be meeting an official of some sorts that's supposed to be helping me, but no sign of them yet.
I'm standing right here.
And it is confirmed. It concerns me that my supposed trusted colleague has found himself involved in the middle of my investigation. I will continue to withhold my true identity and see how Monsieur Hastings' involvement concludes.
Well, he's innocent for sure. Right? He has to be.
Merci, monsieur.
This really is an exciting case. Anything I can do to help Miss Farquhar, please don't hesitate to ask.
Your enthusiasm has been noted.
Has been noted. Well, that's kind of his character, though, to be gentleman-like. So, that's not weird. Not really. Oh, I can't go this way. Alright.
Oh.
I have no reason to go there now. Yeah, I know, because you already turned around. But, so, something happened here? Let me see. This is kind of annoying, the way I have to do this. Arthur Hastings. Monsieur Hastings was working alone in his cabin since helping Mademoiselle Farquhar with the luggage, so he says. Which it all says. There's no proof of a claim. Oh, this is new insurance claim. An opportune moment for a valuable item to go missing. Very true. But who says she needs the money? We don't know that, do we? Can interact with this, but I already did that, so I don't think I need to. Let's speak to the drunk. Where is he? Mark.
Perhaps you and I can have a more civilized discussion.
I'll tell you the same as I told your friend. I will not be bullied.
He's not my friend yet.
Intimidation is not my forte. What is uncovering the identity of criminals and making sure they are punished to the fullest extent of the law.
And that's me?
Could be.
That is what I am yet to conclude.
We don't know that yet. Is it usual for one to consume alcohol while at work?
Who said anything about drinking alcohol?
Well, it's obvious.
It does not take a detective to identify the distinct odor on one's breath.
And also he was stumbling.
Maybe one to calm my nerves. My sea legs aren't here yet, that's all.
Yeah, right. How did you come to injure your hand?
I was in the cargo hold, cutting something with my knife, and it slipped. No harm done.
Did it slip because you were drunk?
I am not quite sure you understand what that means.
So now I am stupid and a drunk?
Your words, not mine.
Do you have the knife in question on your person now?
I don't. He stole it and won't return it.
Who's he? Update it again, because we have another suspect. which is Monsieur Mark Allard, could have broken in with knife. A knife such as the porter's would be the perfect tool to use to break into the cabin. With no witness to confirm his movements, I cannot rightly confirm his alibi. Had knife. Although Monsieur Hastings was quick to offer up the knife, he must have known what position he was putting himself in by handling it. Wait, what? Did I miss something? Did he offer the knife? When?
What can I do for you?
May I see it?
Huh.
Blood.
Aha.
This must be what Monsieur Allard got himself on. Yes, since there's no one else hurt, right? Standard handle for such a knife. Whoops. Was I done inspecting it? Oh no.
What can I do for you?
I wanna rotate. The tip has been dulled and there appear to be the slightest metallic flakes still clinging. A sailor's marlin spike with a foldable blade and a stained spiked tip. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. I thought to myself I will just complete this prologue, but it's taken quite a while. And I'm a bit bored, to be honest. I haven't had that with games this quickly. I mean, the start of a game usually is quite fun and entertaining, but this just feels a little flat. I don't know how to explain it. It feels not quite there. But who knows? Maybe it will get more interesting and I'm just tired. Could be. So yeah, I'm gonna take a break and I'll catch you in the next one, I guess. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. Curious what happens next? Subscribe to my page so you don't miss anything.